Have you ever wondered how ancient wisdom and modern science converge to reveal an untapped reservoir of strength, focus, and confidence within you? Today, we embark on a profound journey into the topic of semen retention, an age-old practice that has been whispered about in mystical circles, embraced by sages, and even touched upon in sacred scriptures across different faiths. In this exploration, we will delve into how semen retention can empower you with mental clarity, inner strength, and unwavering confidence. We will examine the spiritual, psychological, and physiological aspects of this practice, and along the way, we'll reference timeless wisdom from the Quran, authentic hadith, and the Bible. Whether you approach this subject from a religious standpoint or simply as a path to self-improvement, the message is clear. Harnessing and conserving your vital energies can lead to a life of greater discipline, purpose, and personal power. Throughout history, many cultures have recognized the latent power of sexual energy, viewing it not merely as a means of procreation, but as a potent force that fuels creativity, determination, and spiritual insight. In many ancient traditions, sexual energy is considered one of the most powerful forms of life force, capable of being transformed into spiritual energy if properly channeled. This idea is not foreign to religious thought either. In Islamic teachings, for example, there is an emphasis on chastity and self-control, and the Quran encourages believers to guard their modesty and intimate faculties. As stated in Surah Al-Mu'minun 23, 5-7, "And those who guard their private parts, except from their wives or those their right hands possess, for indeed, they are not to be blamed. But whoever seeks beyond that, then they are the transgressors." This verse highlights the importance of channeling one's sexual energies within the bounds of marital relations, thereby implying that sexual energy is sacred and should be managed with care and discipline. In a similar vein, the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad emphasize moderation and self-restraint. In an authentic hadith recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari, the Prophet advised, "O young people, whoever among you can marry, should marry, because it helps him lower his gaze and guard his modesty. And whoever is not able to marry, should fast, as fasting diminishes his desire." This advice is not solely about the act of marriage, but rather about controlling one's impulses and ensuring that the energies within are not dissipated recklessly. By practicing self-control, one retains a potent force that can be redirected towards personal growth and the pursuit of excellence. The concept of semen retention extends beyond the boundaries of Islam and finds echoes in Christian teachings as well. In the Bible, the Apostle Paul reminds believers in 1 Corinthians 6:18-20, "Flee from sexual immorality. All other sins a person commits are outside the body, but whoever sins sexually sins against their own body. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own." This passage underscores the idea that our physical bodies and the energies contained within them are sacred vessels. By exercising discipline over our sexual impulses, we honor the divine spark within us and preserve the energy necessary for fulfilling our higher purpose. It is this conserved energy that, when harnessed, can empower us to overcome obstacles, build resilience, and cultivate an unshakable sense of self-confidence. The practice of semen retention, therefore, can be seen as a form of energetic conservation, a means to redirect the potent creative force typically expended during sexual release towards activities that build character and foster personal strength. It is important to note that semen retention is not about suppressing natural urges or promoting shame around sexuality. Instead, it is about understanding the intrinsic value of our sexual energy and making a conscious decision to utilize it for personal development. Many proponents of this practice argue that the benefits extend beyond the physical realm, affecting our mental clarity, emotional stability, and spiritual well-being. When we retain this energy, we are often able to experience heightened focus, increased motivation, and a greater capacity for introspection. Over time, these benefits can lead to improved self-discipline, which in turn fosters a deep sense of confidence and inner strength. Scientific inquiry has begun to explore the physiological and psychological effects of semen retention, though the field is still in its infancy. Anecdotal evidence and some preliminary studies suggest that abstaining from ejaculation can lead to a temporary surge in testosterone levels, increased energy, and improved concentration. While these findings are still debated within the scientific community, they resonate with the centuries-old wisdom found in sacred texts and traditional practices. When we look at the broader picture, the emphasis on self-restraint and the mindful conservation of vital energy is a recurring theme in many of the world's spiritual and philosophical traditions. One of the key aspects of semen retention is the cultivation of mindfulness. When we become aware of our internal energies and learn to manage them, we gain a greater understanding of our body's signals and needs. This self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. In Islamic mysticism, for example, the practice of muraqabah, self-reflection, encourages believers to be constantly aware of their inner state, recognizing the signs of both spiritual advancement and potential moral decline. Similarly, in Christian contemplative traditions, the idea of chastity is often linked with spiritual purity and a heightened connection to God. Early Christian ascetics embraced periods of celibacy and sexual abstinence as a means to deepen their spiritual lives and to focus on their relationship with the divine. Similarly, in Christian contemplative traditions, the idea of chastity is often linked with spiritual purity and a heightened connection to God. Early Christian ascetics embraced periods of celibacy and sexual abstinence as a means to deepen their spiritual lives and to focus on their relationship with the divine. The concept is encapsulated in the words of 1 Corinthians 7:32-35, where Paul speaks of the unmarried and widows having concerns for the things of the Lord, and how being free from the distractions of sexual obligations allows one to devote oneself more fully to spiritual pursuits. Here, the retention of sexual energy is not viewed as an end in itself, but as a vehicle for achieving a more profound spiritual connection and inner empowerment. At the heart of semen retention is the principle of delayed gratification, a universal lesson that transcends cultural and religious boundaries. The act of resisting immediate physical pleasure in favor of long-term personal growth requires a deep well of discipline and self-mastery. It is a practice that demands courage and persistence, qualities that, once cultivated, naturally spill over into all areas of life. In the Quran, believers are reminded of the rewards that await those who exercise self-restraint and patience. As we reflect on Surah Al-Baqarah 2286, Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. We understand that every challenge, including the challenge of self-control, is an opportunity for growth and spiritual evolution. By meeting these challenges head-on, we build resilience and fortify our character, emerging stronger and more confident in our ability to shape our destiny. The journey toward mastering semen retention is, in many ways, a journey of self-discovery. It compels us to confront our most basic impulses and to understand the underlying motivations that drive our behavior. When we begin to analyze the patterns of our desires, we uncover a deeper layer of our psyche, one that is often clouded by habit, societal conditioning, and external influences. By consciously choosing to retain our sexual energy, we make a powerful statement. We are in control of our destiny, and we choose to direct our energies toward achieving higher goals. This shift in perspective can have transformative effects, empowering us to break free from cycles of distraction and self-doubt. It is a process of inner alchemy, wherein raw sexual energy is transmuted into creative force, mental fortitude, and spiritual clarity. In practical terms, adopting a practice of semen retention involves a series of deliberate choices and lifestyle adjustments. It starts with cultivating an awareness of one's body and its rhythms, acknowledging that sexual energy is both potent and precious. Many practitioners recommend incorporating daily meditation, physical exercise, and mindful breathing techniques to help channel and balance this energy. By engaging in these practices, you create a solid foundation for self-discipline and mental clarity, which in turn supports your efforts in retaining and redirecting your sexual energy. The act of meditation, for instance, not only calms the mind, but also provides a space for introspection, enabling you to observe your desires without being overwhelmed by them. Similarly, physical exercise serves as a natural outlet for pent-up energy, promoting overall health and vigor while reinforcing the mind-body connection. It is also essential to understand that the benefits of semen retention are not solely reserved for those who choose a life of celibacy or extreme discipline. Even if you are in a committed relationship or married, the principles behind this practice can be applied in ways that enhance your vitality and emotional resilience. Within the boundaries of a loving relationship, conserving and managing sexual energy can lead to a deeper intimacy and a more balanced expression of sexuality. By avoiding compulsive behaviors and practicing mindful intimacy, couples can experience a richer, more fulfilling connection that is grounded in mutual respect and self-awareness. This approach echoes the balanced lifestyle promoted in many spiritual teachings, where physical desires are harmonized with mental clarity and spiritual growth. Moreover, the discipline of semen retention extends its influence to the realm of creativity and personal achievement. Many renowned thinkers, artists, and leaders have attested to the fact that periods of sexual abstinence have often coincided with bursts of creative inspiration and enhanced problem-solving abilities. The logic behind this is straightforward. When sexual energy is not expended impulsively, it can be redirected into creative pursuits and intellectual endeavors. This phenomenon is well known in various spiritual traditions, which advocate for the transformation of sexual energy into creative and intellectual power. As you begin to harness this energy, you may notice an increased drive to set and achieve ambitious goals, a clearer focus on your professional and personal aspirations, and a newfound sense of determination that propels you forward, even in the face of challenges. The impact of semen retention on emotional well-being cannot be overstated. In a world that often glorifies instant gratification and ephemeral pleasures, learning to delay gratification can have profound effects on your mental health. It cultivates patience, self-respect, and a balanced perspective on life's challenges. Have you ever wondered how ancient wisdom and modern science converge to reveal an untapped reservoir of strength, focus, and confidence within you? Today, we embark on a profound journey into the topic of semen retention, an age-old practice that has been whispered about in mystical circles, embraced by sages, and even touched upon in sacred scriptures across different faiths. This inner strength forms the bedrock of true confidence. It is the kind of confidence that does not stem from external validation or fleeting accomplishments, but from a deep-seated trust in your ability to direct your life and harness your inner power, as echoed in the Bible in Proverbs 25:28. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. Here the imagery is clear. Self-control is the fortress that protects your inner self. And when that fortress is strong, your confidence becomes unassailable. Furthermore, the journey of semen retention is not a solitary path. It is a journey that often intersects with broader themes of spirituality, morality, and personal integrity. It invites you to examine your values, to question societal norms, and to reimagine what it means to live a life of purpose and discipline. Whether you are guided by the principles of Islam, Christianity, or any other spiritual tradition, the underlying message is universal. The mindful management of our bodily energies is a powerful tool for achieving both personal and spiritual fulfillment. In Islamic thought, the call to self-restraint is a call to honor the sacred trust that Allah has placed within each individual. The Quran and Hadith repeatedly emphasize the virtues of modesty, self-discipline, and reverence for one's physical being, urging believers to recognize that every act of self-control is an act of worship, a testament to one's devotion and discipline. Similarly, in the Christian tradition, the idea of the body as a temple of the Holy Spirit encourages believers to cultivate purity and discipline, fostering a relationship with the divine that is unburdened by the distractions of uncontrolled desire. As we reflect on these teachings, it becomes evident that the practice of semen retention is not a rejection of sexuality, but rather a celebration of its transformative potential when approached with reverence and mindfulness. It is a practice that encourages us to look beyond the immediate gratification of physical pleasure and to recognize the profound, lasting benefits that come from mastering our inner energies. Whether you view it through the lens of spiritual development, personal growth, or even scientific inquiry, the essence of semen retention lies in its capacity to empower you, to transform fleeting impulses into lasting strength, scattered energy into focused determination, and momentary desire into enduring confidence. In the modern context, where distractions abound and the pressures of daily life often lead to a scattershot use of our energies, the practice of semen retention serves as a timely reminder of the importance of focus and intentionality. In a society that often equates masculinity and virility with unbridled indulgence, reclaiming control over one's sexual energy is both a countercultural act and a deeply empowering choice. It is an act of rebellion against a culture of instant gratification and superficial pleasures, a conscious decision to invest in one's future rather than surrendering to the transient allure of immediate sensory satisfaction. As you embark on this journey, you may find that the discipline required to retain your sexual energy cultivates a broader sense of self-discipline that permeates all areas of your life, from your professional endeavors to your personal relationships, from your creative projects to your spiritual practices. The path of semen retention, however, is not without its challenges. Like any meaningful discipline, it requires commitment, patience, and a willingness to confront the complexities of human desire. There will be moments of struggle, times when the allure of immediate gratification seems overwhelming. In those moments, it is important to draw strength from the ancient wisdom that has guided countless generations before you. Reflect on the words of the Prophet Muhammad, who advised young people to marry if they could, as a means of guarding their modesty, and to fast if marriage was not possible, an indication that self-control is a virtue to be cultivated in all circumstances. Likewise, meditate on the biblical exhortation to flee from sexual immorality, understanding that true freedom is found not in indulgence, but in the mastery of one's impulses. These spiritual insights are not relics of the past. They are living, breathing guides that continue to illuminate the path to personal empowerment and inner peace. As you integrate the principles of semen retention into your life, consider establishing daily practices that reinforce your commitment. Whether it's setting aside time for quiet meditation, engaging in physical exercise, or simply reflecting on the sacred texts that resonate with your soul. These practices will serve as anchors in moments of temptation or doubt. Over time, you will likely notice that your mind becomes sharper, your emotions more balanced, and your spirit more resilient. The energy that was once scattered in fleeting moments of passion is now channeled into endeavors that enrich your life and contribute to your long-term goals. It is a journey of transformation, a journey from the chaos of uncontrolled desire to the calm, steady power of focused intention. Ultimately, the practice of semen retention is about reclaiming your power and recognizing that true strength comes from within. It is a call to honor your body as a sacred vessel, to respect the divine energy that flows through you, and to channel that energy in ways that uplift and inspire. As you embrace this practice, you may find that you are not only building physical strength, but also nurturing a profound inner confidence. A confidence that comes from knowing that you are the master of your destiny, capable of overcoming any obstacle with determination and grace. In the words of the Bible, "For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." 2 Timothy 1:7. This verse encapsulates the transformative potential of self-mastery, reminding us that when we exercise control over our impulses, we unlock a reservoir of power that can propel us toward greatness. In closing, the exploration of semen retention is an invitation to a deeper, more conscious way of living. It challenges you to look beyond the immediate and the ephemeral, to invest in a practice that nurtures both your physical vitality and your spiritual well-being. The sacred texts of the Quran and the Bible, along with the authentic traditions of the Hadith, provide not only a historical foundation for this practice, but also a rich tapestry of guidance for those seeking to harness their inner energy. They remind us that every act of self-discipline is a step towards spiritual enlightenment, every moment of restraint a brick in the fortress of our character, and every deliberate choice to retain and redirect our energy, a testament to the limitless potential within us all. As you walk this path, remember that the journey is as important as the destination. The discipline required for semen retention is not about renunciation for its own sake, but about the profound realization that true strength, unwavering confidence, and lasting vitality arise from within. It is a discipline that calls for mindfulness, introspection, and a deep respect for the intricate balance of body, mind, and spirit. And while the journey may be fraught with challenges, the rewards, mental clarity, emotional stability, and a robust inner strength are well worth the effort. So, whether you are just beginning to explore the idea of semen retention or are already well on your way in your personal practice, know that you are participating in a timeless tradition of self-mastery and personal empowerment. Embrace the teachings of the Quran, which urge you to guard your modesty and honor your body as a sacred trust. Reflect on the wisdom of the Prophet Muhammad, whose words remind you of the virtues of moderation and self-restraint. And let the biblical call to purity inspire you to cultivate a spirit of excellence in every aspect of your life. In doing so, you will not only harness the potent energy within you, but also forge a path to a life marked by strength, clarity, and a deep, abiding confidence. As our journey through this intricate and transformative subject comes to a close, take a moment to reflect on the power that lies within you. The power to choose, to discipline, and to transform your life from within. The practice of semen retention is not merely a technique or a trend. It is a profound commitment to self-respect and personal evolution. It is an acknowledgement that the energies that drive us are sacred, that every choice we make has the potential to shape our destiny, and that true strength is found in the mastery of oneself. May you walk this path with determination and grace, knowing that each moment of self-restraint is a step toward a future filled with strength, clarity, and unshakable confidence. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of semen retention and its transformative potential. Remember, the journey of self-mastery is ongoing, and every day offers a new opportunity to harness your inner power and channel it toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. Until next time, stay focused, stay inspired, and above all, stay true to the profound power that resides within you.